Yo, what's up, Lucid Crew? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lucid Rob, and if this is your first time here, today we're going to watch videos from all over the internet, looking at things that we're not supposed to look at, figuring out shit we're not supposed to figure out, learning stuff that we probably shouldn't be learning, and pissing off a few people that we probably shouldn't be pissing off. So thank you for watching. If you like what you see, consider liking, subscribing, sharing the video, joining the Discord, whatever. Tons of links in the description for you to check out whatever the fuck you want. So let's get into it.
A conspiracy theorist breaks down some strange Batman post from actor Matthew Perry before his passing.
Something is not adding up with Matthew Perry's death. As you all know, Matthew Perry was found drowned in his jacuzzi at his home in Los Angeles. Days leading up to his death, he was posting cryptic messages on his Instagram in reference to Batman. Starting on October 17th, Matthew Perry posted this video of a cinema room. Every wall was covered with Batman. And he points up to the corner of the room, and there's a bat signal up there. The next post, he posts a bat out in the water where it says, "Sleep well, everybody. I've got the city tonight. Matman." So he's referring to himself as Matman, playing on the pun of Batman. He has something that says, "Batman plays pickleball." It was announced that he played a 2-hour pickleball match right before he died. Now, there's one post that's very bizarre where it's somebody, it's not Matthew Perry's hand, I don't believe it's Matthew Perry's hand, but it's somebody's hand dropping 3 cranberries on a table. And Matthew Perry says, "This is what I've had to eat today. I'm Matman." People are speculating that this had something to do with the Cranberries' lead singer, Dolores O'Riordan, as she was found dead from drowning as well. And then he goes on to post a picture of a jack-o'-lantern with the Batman signal carved into it saying, "Do you know what I mean?" And after this, he posts a video of the moon. And all it says is, "Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? I'm Matman." And in his 83rd and final post, it shows Matthew Perry in the jacuzzi where he drowned. He says, "Oh, so warm water swirling around makes you feel good? I'm Matman." In this photo, you can clearly see that he's highlighting the moon, which is behind him as well. And that is another thing, is Matthew Perry died on a full moon with a partial eclipse. He died on the hunter's moon. Some are saying that this was a full moon sacrifice. So what does this mean? Is he trying to tell us something? Batman, Matman? What's very interesting is in the Batman TV series, Season 1, Episode 33, Fine Finny Friends, it is revealed that Bruce Wayne's great-grandfather was the founder of the secret society Skull and Bones at Yale.
That is Bruce Wayne's grandfather, Mrs. Cooper?
His great-grandfather.
I understand he was tapped for Skull and Bones.
Tapped for it? Sir, he founded Skull and Bones.
Not to mention that it was episode 33, which is heavily involved with Freemasonry. Now, obviously, this is very tragic. I don't want to make light of this, but there's some things that just don't add up surrounding Matthew Perry's death. Matthew Perry has had a history. It's leading a lot of people to think that he was relapsing. But some are speculating that he was telling everybody a message, or he was trying to tell everybody a message because of all of these Batman/Matman scenarios.
I don't know, man. I don't really follow pop culture like that. Like, I like movies and TV and stuff, but I don't really pay attention to their personal lives. I don't really give a shit. But I have seen and heard some stuff that he was like a recovering drug addict, and I don't know. He had issues. He certainly wasn't in the best health. And looked pretty unhealthy from what I saw. And that kind of rambling, just all that Matman stuff, it kind of sounds like drug-addled stuff. Honestly, it really does, just from personal experience. Could have been a fan of Batman, had a bunch of Batman shit, and then just, while he was high, was just kind of rambling, saying shit that was funny to him in his drug-addled mind, and just kind of sharing it. So it was like funny to him, but like weird to everybody else. I don't know. I don't want to make any claims because I have no idea, but that's kind of, I could see that being the issue, part of it, the whole hot tub. Just like if he was, just how he said the hot tub makes him feel good, the warm water. Like, if you've ever been like overly high on a substance and was like in like a warm, snuggly hot tub, like that's just kind of, it sounds like that, man. It really does. And I could see him potentially just slipping away and kind of being at the hands of the hot tub. I don't know how to word this stuff, but I've been that fucked up in the past where I was just like, oh, fucking numb numb, living corpse just laying there drooling on myself, not being able to move. Like, I've been in that position, unfortunately, to where if I was alone in a tub or something, I probably wouldn't have made it out. So I don't know. It's a sad situation. It's always sad when people go through issues like that and when people perish in any way like that. It's not cool. I don't want to say that it was a drug thing. I have no idea. I don't want to throw stones. I don't know anything about Matthew Perry. I loved him in a few movies I saw him in. Just wasn't really big on Friends or like his personal life. So I don't want to make any accusations. I'm just saying it based on his past and that kind of rambling. It seems like that could have been what happened. I don't know though. I don't think everything needs to be a conspiracy. Granted, having this channel, it's beneficial for me for everything to be a conspiracy theory, because that's what this whole channel's about, me going through conspiracy theories. It gives me content, but I'm a fucking human and I care more about people than I do this fucking channel. So I like to look at things realistically and just kind of say, like, I hope that's not the issue. You know, I hope it wasn't like foul play. I hope it wasn't anything crazy beyond just, you know, an unfortunate accident. That's the reality of it.
Guys, the weirdest thing just happened to me in the backyard, and I'm so glad I got this on camera. So this cloud caught my attention because it was literally the only cloud in the sky that day. There was 0 clouds. And a few minutes later, the cloud was gone. And a few minutes later after that, the cloud was back. I thought I was going crazy. So I got out my phone, put it on time lapse. Check this out. Have you ever seen a cloud act like this before? All right, so now look, I know that clouds can technically dissipate and kind of reform, but I've never seen one do it quite like this. And especially a little itty bitty cloud on a hot summer day, all by itself, the only cloud in the entire sky, and this cloud barely moved. It pretty much stayed in the same spot and just kept disappearing and reappearing over and over again.
What does this mean? You guys are from NASA. That's right, you're from NASA.
Am I just being ignorant to some weird weather phenomenon I've never heard of before? Or is there something really strange about the way that cloud's acting? What do you guys think?
That definitely looks weird to me. I don't think I've ever seen a cloud act like that. Granted, I've never stared at a cloud long enough to watch it dissipate and reanimate itself like that. I don't know how fucking clouds act. I'm not a cloud doctor. But I normally, when I see them start to kind of disperse, is when they're like moving across the sky, right? They just kind of disperse and kind of just collect into each other differently. That's from what I've seen. Or they just move in unison. I've never seen it like completely just like go away and reappear like that. Weird. If you can explain that, let me know in the comments, because I have no idea. It definitely looks fucking weird though.
Oh my god! 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 Oh my god!
Just watching that video gave me anxiety. That shit creeps me out so bad. It is so intimidating, the ocean. It's just, I don't know, it's so big, it's so powerful, it's so like vast. Like if you were to just like drop me in the middle of the ocean, I'd be fucked. I mean, with most people, but I'm not a great swimmer anyway, so me fucking sooner than other people. But it is so fucking huge. It is terrifying.
A lot of people don't even know this. They contact to speak to the Black Pope. Not a black man, but a Black Pope. He wears the black garment. He's called a super Jesuit with a sworn oath, a very special sworn oath that I posted online many times. It's pretty dark. It's a pretty dark oath, and it comes directly from their information, so it's not fabricated or somebody made it up online. And what's interesting is the governments of the world, the superpowers of the world, they contact and get approval for the war from the super Jesuit Black Pope. Now think about that kind of power. Think about that level of power. People don't even know a Black Pope exists. They don't even know what a Black Pope is, but when you start looking it up and then research the oath that's taken, it is so dark, it'll make you feel sick on the inside. That's how dark it is. At the rate that they're going with what they're doing, they can't persist too much longer. They still, however, right now hold a lot of power. I mean, even the governments of the world contact the Vatican before they go to war. A lot of people don't even know this. They contact to speak to the Black Pope.
I'll be the first person to say that I think religion is just a huge form of control. And I'm not saying spirituality or a belief in God or, you know, a supreme being or whatever. I'm not saying that that is what it is, but like organized religion, whether it be like Christianity or Catholicism or just anything like that, to where you have like a strict set of rules that you have to go by with like a threat of eternal damnation for not following those rules. Just authoritarianism. It's just like manipulative. It's like emotional manipulation and just like fear mongering. So it really doesn't surprise me that they would be answering to the leader of one of the world's largest religions, Catholicism, and that he would have a hand in like the events of nations and wars and things like that, because I'm pretty sure it is all just connected in a way to get to a collective end result that's beneficial to the leaders of the nations and the people that actually run the world and shit. So that doesn't surprise me at all. I don't know anything about the Black Pope. If you know stuff about the Black Pope, let me know in the comments. You can join the Discord and send me some more information, some more videos, whatever. The link is in the description. I look forward to seeing what you send me, friend.
That's the thing. Americans have no idea how corrupt their government is. They think our government's just regular corrupt, like, oh, Trump gave his son a job or Biden gave his kid a no-show job in the Ukraine war. That's not, the whole thing is corrupt. The $800 billion military budget is $800 billion of corruption. Why do we have to have 900 military bases around? We're the ones provoking this war, just like we provoked the war in Ukraine. We are now provoking a war with China. And who benefits? I'll tell you right now, your enemy is not China. Your enemy is not Russia. Your enemy is the military-industrial complex, which has been fleecing this country to the tunes of hundreds of billions and trillions of dollars. How many times are we going to have a defense secretary say, hey, we can't account for $2 trillion?
The matrix is everywhere. When you go to work, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
Oh, we know. Americans know. At least the ones that are, I guess, brave enough to listen to their better judgment. Most people are so fucking wrapped up in their virtue signaling and their just blissful ignorance to just think that, you know, everything is okay, or to think that everything we're told is the truth, or just lean in and focus on stupid fucking topics that don't affect the country at all. All the shit that essentially the media and Hollywood pushes to get us to turn on each other, talking about like social issues or gender issues or racial issues, all those things that really, if we just like, you know what, it's only an issue because we're talking about it and we're allowing it to be an issue because you guys are pushing this agenda to make these things issues. Like if we all just like chill the fuck out and realize like, hey, we're all fucking Americans, and even beyond that, we're all fucking humans, we could get some shit done, man. But no, it's way more beneficial to the powers that be for us to be at each other's throats so we're not paying attention, and that we're divided so they can do shit behind our back or distract us with some stupid fucking pop culture drama while they pass fucking bills that don't benefit us at all. Americans know. We know this.
We have kind of lost the ability to track how bad things are because every week there's something new.
But what if the worst is yet to come, with no one in charge planning to help us? For over 70 years, our leaders have told us one thing under the bright lights.
The protection of the lives and property of Americans is the responsibility of all public officials.
They care. We're trying.
And it is my first duty as president to protect the American people.
We have it so well under control. But America's shadow government has spent trillions of dollars on secret plans that serve one premise. When the shit really hits the fan, we're on our own.
I have nothing.
For decades, the government has invested trillions of dollars in a secret plan to save itself, while the rest of us die.
The most important decisions being made about the future of the United States and the fate of the earth are being made in secret by a small elite.
Engineers too sick to maintain the power grid? The government's elite have massive generators. Cell phone system craps out. They've got their own secure network. Supermarket shelves empty? They've stockpiled enough food for years. And don't get us started on toilet paper. They've got a forest's worth stashed away.
It's this massive secret project that funneled unbelievable amounts of money towards the survival of the president and officials of government. and away from the betterment of American citizens' lives.
Just like I said, it doesn't surprise me at all. Seriously, see my face? This is my surprised face.
We discovered soon after I entered office that with the specter of an atomic war looming like Armageddon, far nearer than it does today, the United States government actually did carry out on our citizens experiments involving radiation. Thousands of government-sponsored experiments did take place at hospitals, universities, and military bases around our nation. In one scientist injected plutonium into 18 patients without their knowledge. Informed consent means your doctor tells you the risk of the treatment you are about to undergo. In too many cases, informed consent was withheld. Americans were kept in the dark about the effects of what was being done to them. The deception extended beyond the test subjects themselves to encompass their families and the American people as a whole. For these experiments were kept secret, and they were shrouded not for a compelling reason of national security, but for the simple fear of embarrassment, and that was wrong. Informed consent, community right to know, our entire battery of essential human protections, all these grew up in response to the health and humanitarian crises of this 20th century. They are proof that we are equal to our challenges. Science is not ever simply objective. It emerges from the crucible of historical circumstances and personal experience. Let us remember, too, that cynicism about government has roots in historical circumstances. Because of stonewallings and evasions in the past, times when a family member or a neighbor suffered an injustice and had nowhere to turn and couldn't even get the facts, some Americans lost faith in the promise of our democracy. Government was very powerful, but very far away and not trusted to be ethical. The United States of America offers a sincere apology to those of our citizens who were subjected to these experiments, to their families, and to their communities.
What do you think the chances are that we get another speech like that here in the next couple years about these last few years that we all were experimented on? It's literally a video telling you how absolutely possible it is for governments to experiment on their people. Oh man, history just repeats itself. That's all I'm gonna say. History repeats itself. I'm not trying to get the fucking ban hammer of fucking YouTube, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Night host Stephen Colbert did a skit in which he took a baby and sacrificed him to the devil. In this skit, Stephen Colbert says this demon or this devil is coming for him, and he must appease him with the sacrifice of a man-child. The room starts to fill up with smoke, and Stephen Colbert reaches under the table, pulls the baby out, and takes him toward the room the demon is in. While handing the baby over to the demon in the room, Stephen Colbert says, "Take the baby, not me. Eat the baby, not me." After offering the baby as a sacrifice to the demon, he turns to his audience, smiles, and says, "I'm sure the baby will be fine," as the audience laughs and applauds it. And then there's Jimmy Kimmel, who also did a very disturbing skit in which he had a teddy bear who commented on how soft baby flesh was and walked around the home looking for a baby like this. Hovered over the baby. He talked about how innocent and defenseless the child was before saying he was the perfect size for a sacrifice to the devil, and then commented how the baby's parents would never hear the baby's screams, and then sacrificed the baby to Satan. And then there was Conan O'Brien, who also used a teddy bear to make light of human sacrifice, and he had the teddy bear say that nothing you do matters because God isn't listening. Could it be that Hollywood and the media plays a part in programming us and desensitizing us to taking the innocence of children, distorting and perverting it. They've also been desensitizing us to the devil and God and spiritual things, calling good evil and evil good, putting light for darkness and darkness for light. They don't want us to know that there's a spiritual war taking place, a war between good and evil, light and darkness. Hollywood is used to program us and keep us blind to the truth and the war for our minds and our souls taking place.
Okay, first of all, I fucking love that Conan O'Brien skit with that bear. It's funny. Like, I'm really big on like satire and like facetiousness and just kind of making fun of things. So I didn't see the Snuggie one, but I could see that being like a funny skit about the fucking bear from those commercials who's supposed to be like all nice and stuff. And so I'm not doubting that there are, you know, malicious intent behind a lot of people in Hollywood, or that they're pushing an agenda for sure. Hollywood is, especially nowadays, man, they are pushing some fucking agendas, baby. I'll tell you that much. But I also am in the realm of thought that not every single thing is pushing toward that agenda. Comedy is subjective. I like comedy. I think comedy should be uncensored. I think comedy should be unfiltered. I mean, I think if people are offended by it or scared by it, just don't fucking watch it. But I thought it's fucking funny. I thought it's just funny as fuck. I love Conan O'Brien.
What did Jim Carrey mean to tell us?
First time I run into Jim Carrey. Wait, tell me, is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine. I just, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
They're celebrating.
I mean, you got to admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe
icons,
in icons?
boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful fragrance in the air. I don't believe in personalities. I believe that peace lies beyond personality, beyond invention and disguise, beyond the red S that you wear on your chest that makes bullets bounce off. I believe that it's deeper than that. I believe we're a field of energy dancing for itself. And I didn't get dressed up.
Who did?
There is no me.
There's no you.
No.
We're not here. This is a dream.
There's just things happening. And there are clusters of tetrahedrons moving around together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's happening in our world right now? Because there is a lot of news that actually is relevant that's not that
Here's
uplifting.
the thing. It's not our world.
None
That's
of this
the
is
key.
real?
Nope.
So you're just passing
We don't
through.
matter. We don't matter.
Oh, wow.
There's the good news.
Okay.
So I know that he was preparing for a movie where he like did a ton of psychedelics and stuff. And honestly, I think he just had an ego death. Not that he was ever like a bad dude or like full of himself to my knowledge, but I think that he probably ate a ton of psychedelics and kind of had an ego death and kind of woke up and just like realized, everything that he's been doing for these past years as he's like lost himself. I feel like, playing all these characters, being recognized for playing other people, other characters. I think it just probably did like some work to him, and I'm pretty sure he had like a pretty traumatic experience with, I think, his wife passing away, I believe, in recent years. And I think honestly, he just has a better understanding of what's important to him, and that everything is so trivial, everything that people hold to be so important as far as being in the spotlight, how many views we get, how many shares we get, how many comments we get. Everybody's just worried about being an icon and being noticed for something so trivial and so easy that, we just completely overlook the importance of existence, our short time here, the impact we make, the people in our lives that are important to us, that make the biggest difference in our time here, things that motivate us and make us feel alive. And instead of, these people just dressing up, go to a red carpet, have people fucking jerking them off because they stood in front of a camera for 6 months, like, I don't know, man. Actors and shit schooled me. I love movies. I respect people for their art and their craft and stuff. But I think Jim Carrey's just kind of over it. I think maybe he feels like he lost himself a little bit and lost focus of what's important to him, or maybe even wasted a lot of time focusing on things that he wish he didn't hold so high and such high esteem, and kind of spend his time and mental bandwidth elsewhere. I don't know. I know there are other interviews of him talking about this interview that are a little more I guess digestible, not so cryptic as this one. I don't know. That's my take on it. Let me know what you think.
What do you think Jim Brewer meant?
Honestly knew what some of your favorite big superstars really did behind closed doors. If you knew what your favorite late night talk show host did closed doors. If you really knew what your favorite radio star, TV star, newscaster truly did behind closed doors. None of us are perfect. We all do weird things. We're all freaky and weird and crazy. But if you knew, you wouldn't follow half the people. You wouldn't listen. And I tell you what, I put doctors on that list. I put CEOs on that list. I put the everyday person on that list. The fact, you gotta stop putting this much trust in local doctors too. I said some of the doctors are out of their minds. Out of their minds. Because they're getting paid for the agenda. People are wrapped up watching the news, listening to their stars. Because that's the way you've been programmed your whole life. We're still in the Roman Empire, baby. Feed them and entertain them just enough, and we shall control them through fear. And they will do whatever we want. We have a dictator situation.
I mean, yeah, man. I think again, just another celebrity who is just like waking up and letting people know, like, you know, these people that you're fucking putting so much trust in, these people that you're looking up to, that you're holding in such a high light and such high esteem and want to grow up to be like they're normal fucked up people just like all of us, you know. And a lot of them have more resources, more money, more protection, you know, more ability to kind of lean into their animalistic tendencies. And even beyond that, I'm sure a lot of them have like really fucked up kinks and really fucked up, you know, just unfathomable shit. They say that money doesn't change you, it just, you know, brings out the person that you are. It allows you to lean into the worst, you know, in the best and the worst aspects of yourself. And I know that Jim Brewer was on the Joe Rogan podcast and they were talking about a bunch of crazy celebrity shit, and he's not sugarcoating anything. I don't think he dropped names on a couple topics he was talking about, but I mean he was definitely talking like my experience. I've seen some fucked up shit. I've seen what happens when self-serving, selfish people and meet people and make connections are able to basically cover their ass to do fucked up weird shit that people probably shouldn't be doing. So all these videos that we watched today were sent by you guys. A lot of them were kind of along the lines of a very similar theme. And I think that theme is just like, you know, be careful who the fuck you trust. Be careful who you look up to. Don't just blindly follow things, right? Like question things, analyze them, research them, run them through your head and look at them logically and rationally. Even these videos, you know, these videos we're watching, even the shit I'm saying, you know, think about it yourself. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about what's in the video? How do you feel about what I'm saying? Because these are all just like my opinions based on watching these videos and these topics, you know, for the first time, or watching them and incorporating something that I heard or watched somewhere else and trying to piece it together myself. So, you know, don't take this stuff at face value. Don't take my opinions at face value, because I'm here like you. I don't know about the shit. I don't know for certain about any of the stuff. You'd be doing a disservice to yourself if you took what I said as gospel just as easily as you took these videos for. So I think we all need to take time to talk about and think about and analyze the things that we're watching and hearing and listening to, and just really ask ourselves how we feel about it. And like, is this something that I really want to be following along with blindly? Probably not. I don't think you should follow along with anything blindly. That goes with the people we surround ourselves with, the kind of work that we do, how we spend our free time. Like, people are just too passive about the things that they interact with and the things they spend their time doing. And we just need to be more conscious. We need to be more conscious of where we put our energy and who we trust our time with. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching, guys. That is the end of this video. Thank you so much for everyone who submitted these videos. This is a cool little lineup. Probably not going to be monetized. There's some pretty heavy topics, but you know, I'm okay with that. I'll pay my rent next month. It's fine. But yeah, if this is your first time watching, thank you. If you like what you saw, consider liking and subscribing. It helps me out a ton. Leaving comments, just anything. And if you really want to support the channel a step further, you can join the Discord and send me videos that you want me to watch. Help me with the channel with content, and also share some ideas with everybody. Or you take it a step further and you can sign up for the membership, buy the merch, or just anything. But just watching the video is enough. I appreciate you enough for that. If that's all that you can do and all that you feel like doing, thank you so much. That helps as well. So Lucid Crew, my moderators, my friends, my Discord members, everybody, you guys are fucking awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. And until next time, peace.